Oh, great. Forgot to unmute.
Well, I thank you, but I know that at some point I need to find a gentleman in Kalia. And I know you all have places you might need to go to. But that would be something I would suggest, is maybe start making our way towards one of our goals.
Do we want to take one last check on the farmers and the spiders, or just head to Kalia? I'm fine with either.
Oh,
I'm
I
okay.
think we were all agreed in checking the village again.
I think we should at least just check and make sure that that's all finished. We don't want to leave and then find out that it's not over. And then we can go to Kalia.
Totally agree.
Is the village on the way to Kalia? We're gonna have to double back here. Just that if we weren't coming back this way, we should leave a note of thanks for the help that we received, and just letting where we went. If she needed to contact us for some reason.
You'll end up kind of doubling back a little. Alright, so you guys are gonna go head back towards the village?
Yeah.
We are doing this like very JRPG style, where like we go someplace and come back, and we go someplace and we come back, and we go someplace and we.
Look, we have to sleep at night.
Especially,
we haven't found a single place that is safe other than like this house and the town.
Right, and especially when we are using almost all of our strain to do magic and having just crap ton of wounds. Plus, we've got a goblin that will sit there and cook for us, like in his bone armor that he stole. Like, best retainer ever.
Service.
Looks like Ula's camera's froze. Up there it lost.
Oh no.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Am I better?
Yeah.
All right. I have wonder if it's just because I'm running on Wi-Fi as opposed to straight hooked into the internet. I think everybody
be.
else is hooked right into the internet, and I'm not. I don't know. Maybe John's not.
Oh, I'm not directly jacked in. This computer's on Wi-Fi. Have to keep my work laptop jacked into the router. Oh, that's a good boy.
puppy.
Sleepy puppy cam while we're waiting.
I mean, that's the best part of any stream, when people just show you their pets.
Well, especially
Absolutely.
when they're curled up so cute.
Sorry, food just got here, so. Alright. So, it doesn't take you too terribly long to get back into the farming village, which you can tell when you're starting to get close, since there's farm hands out working on the crops. You guys, are you heading back to that farmhouse, the first one you went to?
I was just thinking the area, just to talk to them if they've noticed that the spiders have gone away, or if we see them at all, maybe.
Yeah, just like try to find people, see if there have been new cases and how many.
If I remember correctly, they didn't really notice that it was spiders, that they were just getting these
they
weird
didn't.
bites from nowhere. So we can just maybe ask and see if they've had any new insect bites or any new sickness.
And then maybe do our good old detect magic to see if we can find any of the fuckers lurking around.
Alright. So which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do the detect magic, or do you want to do the asking around?
Let's open with detect magic, just in case the spiders are waiting for us.
All right, I'll activate it.
Okay. So, looking around, you see nothing. Everything looks normal.
Well,
Well, as far as I can see here, I don't see any sparks.
it's promising. Let's see if people are still alive in the village.
Alright, so you just kind of wander more towards like the general shop type thing.
Yeah.
Give me a. Well, are you asking around or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we see people, we'll just ask them questions. Anyone new taken sick? And if there are, how many people, like where at, those sorts of things.
Okay. So yeah, so asking around, you're getting just a lot of no, not that I know of. Not since the last one.
Can we see anybody with a large yellow question mark over their head that might show that we've solved what's going on?
If we pull up our map, like what icons are highlighted?
Epic NPC man.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like anybody's, or at least nothing new has been found. Nobody's come out and said that they've gotten sick, or somebody that they know has gotten sick.
Is anyone still sick?
Not that anybody knows, because the last ones were, like in the house, but also the one that was in Dwala's.
I guess in that case, because I'm not sure that we actually ever told people when we were last here, since we fled pretty quickly. We can spread the word that the sickness was caused by some nasty black spider, baneback spiders to be precise.
Alright.
And just warn people away from those. You see a spider like that, or you get bit by a spider, seek help right away. Try to head over to Duala's hut or something.
Yeah, they, those you talk to let you know that they'll spread the word.
I think cautiously optimistically saying this, but I think we might have had our first success as a group, guys.
I suppose so. It's remarkable, but maybe removing that sorcerer truly stopped it?
I hate
Maybe
the
we
look on
burned out
people's
most of
face.
them in the house?
Well, he was tiny and stupid.
Can't argue with you there.
That's what you guys want to do.
Did Garn come with us or did he stay at Dwala's?
Oh, he's been following you guys.
I think we've earned a follower.
Oh boy.
I'm okay with this kind of a pet. He cooks and he wears bone armor.
Yeah, anytime you look back whenever you
I
guys are walking.
suppose. Actually, before we leave, I want to ask people: Have you ever heard of a man named Yel Nellis? Might have been living out in the woods. Strange type.
Imagine them eyeing up our group and thinking, he's calling this guy strange. I wonder what he would look like.
You're muted, John.
No, I can hear.
I heard him.
I heard him.
Oh, maybe I'm the one who's messed up. Hold on, let me try to fix my stuff.
Tom just muted me. We know how things are.
Well, I forget to unmute the stream.
Yeah, Oh, now it's back.
There we go.
Now it's back.
Hello, Tom. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sometimes it likes to switch my audio device from my headphones to nothing.
That'll happen. All right, so give me a we'll go hard, streetwise. And we lost Tequila. And she's back. And she's gone.
Hey!
Ooh. You said the Keela, but it sounded like tequila.
Da 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 da.
Alright.
Tequila.
So, a few people that you've asked, they've heard of him. They've heard. You get conflicting reports. Some say they've heard of some crazy dude up by up in the Nightfall Forest. Some have said that he's been out in the mountains a lot, searching for like a lot of the old cave systems down over in the Sundered Peaks. So he's been around. You just where exactly? Not sure.
Well, he'll thank them for their trouble, but like once away, he's just going to be muttering about this is almost like having no lead at all. But yeah, that's all I need to do here.
Alright, anybody else?
In that case, I have a proposition. Since we've dealt with this little plague and had our first success, there's no true obligation for any of us to hang around, but I think this could be a useful arrangement if we continue. And I think we may be all be able to get the things we want together. If we travel east from here, we should pass by the Sundered Peaks. It'll take us on the way to Kalia. Haha, I didn't forget the name of a place. It'll take us on the way to Kalia, and I can, I don't know, ask around more about my elusive friend. And your university's in the east, right, Joel?
Yes, quite a ways to the east.
Yeah, we can make our way in that direction eventually. We'd be going slightly east a little bit.
He is staring at Ula this whole time. And she just kind of looks at you and goes, sticking together would be nice. I'm in.
Ula really feels that. She feels wanted.
Yeah, Jewel is up for adventure. She, as much as she'd want to get back to the university, she likes the arrangement so far.
Ula's kind of I don't want to say mercenary, but an adventurer at heart. She left to be an adventurer she enjoys helping people and making, you know, helping them with their issues, making money along the way because, you gotta be able to eat and stuff.
If you don't
So,
value your time, no one else will.
exactly. So, Ula, she's like, I don't have any pressing places that I need to be. So, I would be honored to accompany you guys on your quests.
I don't like that. Was it all 5 white? Is that why you used a GM point?
No, there was 3 white, 2 black. Every
Okay.
session starts off with every player having a point.
You scared me for a half second because we were just role playing, and I'm like, what is he rolling?
Don't mind the dragon. Speaking of dragons, I've been painting a new one.
You know,
Ooh.
after Ula says that, Key just kind of goes up and puts like her hand on her arm, kind of like, like a nice gesture, and is just like, "Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go."
Well then, what about you, Garnd?
God coming! God coming!
Well, more the merrier, I suppose. In that case, I suppose. Pardon me while I just get back to the map. We should make our way to Stowe Hill. We can possibly get more supplies there if we need to, get more information, and then it's just a straight shot south to Kalia.
Well, I've never seen the world, so let's go see it.
Alright, so you guys may begin your journey to Stowe Hill.
I feel like at
Indeed.
some point
Yes.
we're gonna need to role play out figuring out what our group name's gonna be.
Nah, we just need to become notorious enough that, other people give us a name.
Yeah, no, that's
Fair.
where it's at. Right now, we're just 5, I guess, people now wandering around doing stuff, but eventually we'll become a thing.
Alright, so about so about 4 days or so passes. You end up or you arrive in Stowe Hill. Not a large town, but not the smallest you've seen. Bustle of activity, and it's fairly loud as people are coming and going. You got people trying to sell stuff. Some guards that are trying to, check wagons and such coming in and out. Yeah, ready to go.
This is the town that we all met in, right?
No, this is east of where we met.
Yeah,
We
Jewel
met
knows this
in
place.
Kebury.
Because this is where Jewel arrived in. And then travel to Kebury.
Okay.
I mean, when we get there, is it early in the day, late in the day?
It's around noonish. So midday.
Well, anyone have any particular purchases they want to make? I think I might explore the town, see if I can't get a little bit of information. And then we can all agree to meet back up at a tavern or just head around together if we want to.
I'd maybe like to get a change of clothes and maybe a new cloak.
I can accompany you to do that.
She smiles and starts looking around for a shop.
Jewel will go with Cramson, wherever he's off to. She doesn't have anything particular she needs.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Ula doesn't either, so that's why she's like, yeah, she'll go with Key. That's fine.
Well, I'm still in the same clothes that I wore when I escaped, so yeah, she
Well,
wants
let's
to get
all
out of
agree to meet up at, let's say, the Rampant Badger this evening by dinner.
the Rampant Badger. Got it.
Just made up the name of an inn. I'm going to assume it's a real place.
If just a side note, if I ever open a bar in Wisconsin, that is going to be the name.
Yes.
I can't remember now. I know the Rampant Badger is a thing from a D&D campaign I was previously in. I don't think it was with you guys. I think it was a campaign before I moved to Minnesota. But it was like the inn that the party ended up owning eventually.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
It was the first name I had. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to search for information about Yellow Ellis.
It is
Maybe do some shopping.
it is absolutely the best name for a bar in Wisconsin.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially one that serves cheese curds as pub food.
All right. I guess we'll start with the shopping spree. So, Key and Ula, you guys wander the streets. Takes about 5-10 minutes to find a decent looking shop. There's a few that you passed, but it looks more like just like traveler's clothes. Nothing really nice. But you do find one that is a little bit upscale from that. Not exactly, kingly robes or anything, but there's fairly nice looking clothes, like pants, shirts, robes, dresses, stuff like that.
Is the name of this place Sacked on Fifth Avenue?
More of Zach on Fourth.
Amy, I love you.
That's what Ula's looking to wear.
Yeah.
Can you just picture her coming out just like that?
An ogre dressed like King George the Third. Yes, I could see it. And then the minute she bends down to swing her axe, that just rips on the back.
Totally. But she wouldn't care.
Right. Well, Key was gonna probably
As
look
long as she
for-
doesn't lose the crown, she'll be fine.
There you go. Key's probably gonna go ahead.
Lots of bobby pins is all that I said. Keep that in there.
Do ogres have hair?
Yes. I have a half-shaved head, but I have hair.
Well, there you go.
And she's an orc.
Okay, orc.
Also
sorry.
true.
Not ogre. Orc.
All-Star does not start playing in the background.
That helps for the visual.
Alright, so what type of clothing are you looking for?
Key's looking for a nicer dress that won't wear because we're obviously going to be traveling as quickly. But something a little more maybe muted tones. She doesn't want to be like in bright blue or something that's going to make her stand out.
Alright.
And she's also looking for a cloak. Maybe one with a couple of pockets in it.
Okay. Yeah, looking around through everything. Nothing's really catching your eye. But the tailor there, she looks at you. She's like, "Oh, What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a new dress.
Lovely, lovely. What kind would you like?
What kinds do you offer?
She just kind of like waves her hand. I mean, there's a bunch of different varieties. Some like really low cut, some more reserved. Um,
Maybe something suited for travel?
I can do that. I can do that. Which type of colors are you looking for?
I don't know, maybe a like forest green or a dark maroon.
All right, I can probably do that. When do you need by?
She kind of looks at Ula.
As soon as possible.
Oh, rush order. Okay. Um,
What is your normal turnaround time?
it can vary depending on what it is that I'm doing here. Something like what she describes, it shouldn't take me too long. I could have it in about 2 days.
Um, yeah, I think we could handle 2 days. Do you also sell cloaks?
I do.
I would also possibly like a cloak with a couple of pockets.
Okay. Most of mine do come with about 3, but
Oh, that's perfect. Her cloak doesn't have pockets, okay? She doesn't know these things.
You always need pockets.
How much to have this done in 2 days?
well, since it's kind of a rush, I'll say about 40 silver.
She holds out one of her gold coins. Do you have change?
I do. She kind of snatches it, tosses it in a little box, and just pulls out a bunch of silver. Starts counting it. She's like, all right, here you go. Gives you back about 60.
I'll give her 10 back as tip.
Oh, thank you. You are most gracious.
Thank you for doing this as a rush. I definitely appreciate it. You are a kind woman.
I will get on this right away. Is there anything you need?
Do you have hats?
I don't really specialize in hats, but I mean, I've got some. They were supposed to go to complete these different ensembles, but you take a look.
She'll take a look, but there's not really anything that she wants. She doesn't even really know if she doesn't really think she wants a hat. It just sounded cool.
All right.
Does she have any other accessories? Like any accessories?
Um,
Hairpins, bracelets, necklaces, anything like that.
a very, very small selection. It's more of just kind of like a display for those who have come in for either just to buy a dress or to have one made. Just kind of see what it would look like, but nothing really for sale.
Um, no, I think I'm good, but thank you.
Like, okay. She walks over to Kia with a nice little tape measure and just starts taking measurements. Takes about 5 minutes. She's just writing little notes to herself. She's not even like organizing it. She's just kind of like she'll write a note, throw it on the floor, write a note, throw it on the floor, write a measurement, throw it on the floor. And it seems really chaotic, but once she steps back and looks, she's like, okay, that's all I need. And as you guys
Okay.
look around, you can see that as she was throwing them, they're actually in the design of a dress.
I almost made a joke about this is this town's version of like throwing bones for prophecy, but
Keela just looks at her in a little bit of an amazement and is just like, I believe we're staying at the Rampant Badger if you need to get a hold of me.
All right, yeah, I can definitely find you there. That shouldn't be
And
too hard.
again, thank you.
Yes. Now, if there's nothing else, I'd like to get started.
All right, Ula, is there anything else you want to go shopping for now that we have time?
Perhaps we could just look.
For hats?
For whatever.
All right, window shopping it is.
All right.
Key is as giddy as like anything right now because she has literally never had this experience in her life. And it's almost like her mom is taking her shopping.
All right. So you two begin to window shop. Jewel and Danelle, what are you two doing?
I actually had a quick question. Since we're making that change to currency,
Yeah.
do we have the same amount of gold coins that we previously had? And are the prices in the books still accurate?
They are. The prices in the books are silver.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Oh. So that and then I don't want to bog down the details, but is it 10 silver per gold or 100 silver per gold?
We're gonna go 100 silver per gold. Gold is
Oh,
gonna be
I
a
have
lot.
much more money than I thought.
Yeah, a lot rarer.
Okay. In that case, while we're going around, I want to buy a thing of rope, a 10-foot pole, and an apothecary's kit. Because then I don't take penalties when I do heal checks.
All right. Yeah, bouncing around through different stores, you're able to come up with it. The apothecary takes a little bit more time to find, but yeah, you find this little shop that, I mean, kind of reminds you of Dwala's. As soon as you walk in, it's just very earthy smells. There's plants of all sorts hanging up, moss, different fungus, everything. But yeah, you're able to track those down.
While this is all going on, though, like say we're waiting for something at a counter or something, Daniel will strike up conversation. So, Jewel, what's the deal with this errand you were sent on?
I actually don't. Am I there? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, you cut back in.
I was at the university, and it was an errand that my professor sent me on, and didn't give me a lot of details.
It seems a little bit odd for a promising student to be sent by their professor on such a long and open-ended journey. Did you have coursework, research back at the university? Is there anything waiting for you back there?
My time was near finished. And this was a matter of urgency, and so they needed someone they could trust, is what I was told. And the journey is only long on the one side. I was teleported nearby, so it's only the journey back that is so long. I'm in no rush to get back. There's a lot to learn from the world too that you can't learn from a university.
Oh, to be sure, to be sure. Just was curious. I'm afraid I'm not especially familiar with the other universities around our continent, so it's always a fun time to learn. And if we're going to be traveling, be curious to know the prospects of a fellow academic, someone who's toiled in that world as well.
Yes, academia is one thing, but putting knowledge to use in the real world as power, that's where I'm real interested in.
I think I can agree on at least half of those points.
We shan't. We don't need to get into which half that is.
And then I guess, in addition to that casual shopping, Crimson is going to just, casually strike up conversation about an old scholar named Yelnellis. Maybe he was trying to scope out the mountains here, if anyone had heard of him, seen him around anytime recently.
Give me a good on their hard streetwise.
Oh my god.
So from the different shopkeepers and some just random people on the street, can't seem to find anybody that knows who you're speaking of. It doesn't seem to ring a bell to them.
Well, that's fine. This lead might have been a dead end anyway. For all we know, he could still be living in the woods back the way we came.
Who is this Yelnellis that you care so much about?
He's a former scholar at my used to be in Ilmal Uranif. And some say he went a little mad. But he's apparently the foremost person to speak to about omens, portents, the future, all of that. And with no more funding from the university there, my ability to continue to expand the field is quite limited. I hope to find a teacher, or at the very least, a useful angle of research. But it feels like I'm chasing a ghost. Everyone has sort of seen him at some point, maybe in the past, but nothing concrete, nothing recent.
As a scholar, have you ever wondered that maybe he knows you're not going to be the best student, or maybe you'll be a dangerous student, and that's why he's avoiding you? I mean, he can see things into the future.
I don't think that's always exactly how it works. But I suppose I suppose the idea cannot be ruled out just on that merit. Out of curiosity, what what did your professor specialize in? What were you studying and focusing on?
I don't know if I know that. let me look.
Make something up in the moment. That's the best way.
Definitely was interested in magic and the deep things of knowledge of long past, that uncovering that could be used in the present. I'm like babbling and not saying anything.
Oh no, camera
Crap.
down.
Now we lose.
So Daniel's going to
Ah.
go, Well then, I'll be sure to consult with you next time we come across an archaeological site.
Archaeology, yes, if it's useful to us now. Archaeology for the sake of archaeology, nah. Let it stay buried.
No Indiana Jones then, huh?
Well, I mean, Indiana Jones would also just destroy it all to get at the most valuable treasure, so that might still be
True.
us.
True.
But yeah, I'm I'm fine with cutting that scene there. Daniel doesn't have anything in particular to say right now until something else happens.
All right.
Ula knows what she wants. She wants a skull helmet.
You're not likely to find that here.
Well, we can still go and look at helmets, Ula. Maybe there might be one you like in the meantime.
Maybe. Otherwise, I just might have to kill something.
Keela just kind of starts a little bit at that and goes, Ula, have you ever been captured or been in prison?
No.
Thank goodness. Because I have, and you make me feel better just being around you.
I didn't mean kill somebody. I meant kill a big beast on the way.
She just kind of blinks
I
at
could
you for a little
use its
bit.
head
I gather that
as
Ula,
a helmet.
you know, something tells me that we might be able to fulfill your wish on this journey. I mean, we've already gone across a huge spider that shouldn't exist, so she's at this point
Yeah, I
like
don't
not
like
knowing how to
spiders.
answer you.
I don't like spiders.
No, me neither.
They're rough and coarse and
But
get
if we
everywhere.
come across something that is worthy of the kill, I might take its head for my helmet.
You know what, Ula? I really don't like killing all that much, but for you, I will help.
Ula just like reaches out and she kind of just like puts her hand on your shoulder and she's like, "Thank you, Key. I really appreciate that." And she's like super serious. She is like so serious. She super appreciates that you would help her do this. Because all of a sudden she's just decided now this is what she wants. Everybody else is buying awesome things and she's like, "Yeah, I want a skull helmet." Kind of like Garn, you know, except cooler because
And something I killed. Or you
yeah,
killed. Yeah.
and you know, Ula's much bigger, so she wants something, you know, appropriately majestic.
You discovered why the hats in this town are so lacking.
Exactly.
Well, Key's happy because she basically told you she wants you as a bodyguard, and you were just like, I appreciate you for wanting me. So she's like, this is the best deal ever.
The codependency blossoms.
Out of
Possibly.
true and mutual respect, I'm sure, because Key thinks Ula is like the most crazy and weird, but also magnificent thing she's ever seen.
Ula has more. She has more experience with people than most orcs, but she still doesn't have like a ton of experience. So she's just like, she's happy that you're not afraid of her and that you want to help her.
Yeah, she's not afraid of you, but she's afraid of what you'll do to other people.
Meanwhile, the simmering disrespect between Jewel and Daniel Have you ever considered your mentor doesn't want you to find him?
You'll be
It's
a problem
incredible.
student.
Well, at least Key and Ula can keep the group together.
Of course, if they get too rowdy, Ula will just bop their heads together. And it'll hurt because they won't have a cool skull helmet like her.
All right. So what do you guys want to do now?
I mean, I guess at the end of all this, we reconvene at the Rampant Badger and talk about what we want to do next. Maybe there will be more rumors in the tavern that will be helpful to us.
The first thing Key does is she lets, like, as we like sit down to our beers and food, she just lets you guys know that it might be 2 days to get the items she's ordered.
I have no problems with that. It could be useful to spend some more time in the area, see what we can learn, what opportunities are available to us.
Jewel's not against spending another day in civilization, although she's been a little underwhelmed by the town.
Well, you have been here before.
Only very briefly.
So far, my quest for answers has turned up nothing. I'm not sure that my lead here was credible. That being said, I have some useful gear should we run into a more strenuous situation in the future.
If you like kind of pull it out and show, Key will kind of look at the apothecary kit and be like, "Wow, I didn't even know these existed."
Oh, yes. You can find quite a few places that'll sell you a bag of all the essentials. Not quite the same as having a full lab to oneself, but it gets the job done in a pinch.
Key will ask Danelle, like, about this. What was his name again? Yanellis?
Oh, Yell Nellis.
Nellis. So you said the name a couple of times. Can you let me know what I should be asking for if I am asking around town too? I want to help.
Well, he's an elvish scholar. He used to work at the university in the capital. But he was sort of cast out or left. I'm not fully clear on the details, but most people I speak to say he went a little mad with all of his talk of signs and omens. Supposedly, he can help me advance the science of portentology, but I heard he was supposed to be around Cadbury, and then in Cadbury they said, oh, he's been around the forests of the north and the mountains to the east, and I have no true clue where he is.
So we're looking for an elvish guy that's kind of crazy and into signs. Got it.
I mean, essentially, yes.
Well, when I go out in the town again tomorrow, I'll look for you.
Appreciate it.
Does this Yell Nellis happen to dress in the color purple?
Is that a fact I would know?
Yeah. Not really purple. A lot of times it's more of a lot of grays. Some like not quite dark blue, but a darkish blue.
Well, according to the last sighting, grays and dark blues.
Okay, never mind that. I had heard of an elvish-looking person who talked about signs of the times and liked the color purple, but I also heard that he recently passed away, so never mind.
Well, certainly a man can change his wardrobe over the years, but Hopefully he's still alive.
That man was royalty, though. He was the prince of something.
Ah, then that is most likely not Yelnellis. Right. I would have heard if Yelnellis was royalty, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be something that would be known. And he wouldn't have been kicked out because he really wouldn't have to worry about funding.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, you're fired, the king's son. But yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess Cramson will ask around at the inn after Yelnellis, but honestly, any rumors, any notable news that's come through?
So you've heard, or even just kind of sitting around you when you're eating, you hear some hushed tones talk about a something brewing in the east. Something about the orcs. Somebody's trying to basically take the lands that they've claimed. You also hear that to the north, there's a lot of dark whispers of something coming. Nobody knows for sure what, but just something is happening to the north.
Winter. That's what's coming.
Things are always happening in some places.
Around locally, you hear that there's been some berserker attacks out of the mountains. There's been about 2 dwarvish convoys that have been hit. And nothing stolen, it's just destroyed.
Are berserkers, are they like humanoid? Are they animals?
They're humanoid.
Okay.
But one of the things that it seems odd is berserkers aren't really known to be around here. They're more towards let's see. Kind of like the Burbel Lake area. There's been some reports. That's usually where most of the reports come from, especially along the mountain ranges there. So for some to be down here is definitely out of the ordinary. But nobody has been able to confirm that that's what it is. That's what they're speculating. It's just a lot of the same type of attacks that berserkers are known for are happening here. But there are some giants in the area that could also do it. It just doesn't seem like it would be. There doesn't really seem to be any evidence that they would be the ones to attack, especially without taking anything.
Good reason to stay cautious on the roads, I suppose.
Or it could be something we could look into. If they're not normally from here, that sounds suspicious to me, just like the spider.
Well, it sounds more like... Because we don't hear about any survivors from those attacks, right?
Right.
It sounds more like someone wants to make it look like a berserker attack. without actually seeing what's happening. I think it's much more likely that someone is attempting to cover the tracks of the real culprits by simply destroying everything. As for motive, who could say? In either case, we're certainly a strong group, but I don't know if we necessarily want to go looking into trouble like that because we just don't know how large a force like that could be, or what they're fighting for, or why.
Well, we can just keep our eyes and ears open.
As always.
Any other rumors or news floating around?
A few times you hear mention of a sickness to the north. Especially
Is
well,
that where we came from?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, from what you're finding in at least right now in here, it's not doesn't seem to be a lot of stuff. It seems like a lot of it is stuff that has been kind of overheard by merchants that have come through. So some of the stuff could be really old, some of it could just be garbage. And of course, people just in smaller towns love to gossip. So
it's a big old game of telephone.
pretty much. Alright, so as evening falls, you guys go to your rooms, crash out for the night. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. I need to get up and move.
Sounds good.
Alright, we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back again. Alright.
Do we have commercials yet, Joe? That sponsors that pay for us during the intermission?
That'd be nice. Nothing yet. Of course, I don't even know how
Not
many people are
officially
watching right now.
sponsored by Nyx yet.
No, but still got that approval from her, and I actually got another one because I was telling her that once we actually start doing that one, I'd send her the link, and yeah, she's gonna check it out. So
That's so exciting.
I know I'm trying to think of a way to do like an intro video. I just gotta try to find like some super cool images to use, but trying to find some is kind of a pain. But all right, so next morning, you guys wake up. You enter downstairs.
Always a good day when we wake up.
You guys have breakfast. And what do you want to do?
Yeah, at breakfast, Jules gonna ask the barkeep or whoever's serving what entertainment there is in town. If there's maybe some place that puts on plays, or is there a circus or something in town? Just like ask for what can be done to waste a day in town.
Well, there's no circus or anything. That's not until the festival, which is a few months out. I'm not really sure about plays. I'm sure there might be something, but it's not my cup of tea. But as for what you can do, well, and you can go out to the mountains. There's always something to see there, something to do. A lot of caves out there you can go and check out. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty quiet here. It's kind of how we like it.
We've got some gear now. Why don't we go spelunking then while we wait?
I am all right with that.
Key just kind of looks at you guys. What's splunking?
Oh, it's a fancy word for going into a cave and exploring it.
I've never done that. So let's do that.
Wasn't what Jewel had in mind, but she'll go along with it. Make comments about unrefined minds, and yeah, a lack of education as she kind of mutters along.
Come now, Jewel. You were just telling me yesterday about how important it is to go out into the world and gather some knowledge there. Perhaps we shall find something in these caves that will be worth our time. Perhaps we will learn something about ourselves.
More likely, we'll see teenagers necking, but I'm willing to follow.
Key looks at you. What's necking?
Oh dear.
I'm not touching that one.
Well, you see, when two people like each other very much and wish to express feelings, they use body parts and get entwined.
Okay, you can stop. She's extremely embarrassed that she even asked now. And she was also gave you maybe a little bit of an indignant face when you said that, unlearned. I might not have gone to university, but I did get an education, sucker.
wasn't calling you unlearned. It's just this town
No.
unlearned with nothing to offer us but walks in caves. There's no culture here.
It was just a look. She didn't say it out loud or anything.
But that is exactly what the look said.
Yeah. She's excited. Let's go to this cave. Come on. This is like a field trip.
So as you guys gather all your gear, make your way back downstairs, you see a few patrons in there. The keep is still there. And you see 3 robed figures.
He stops.
And they seem to be talking to the barkeep. And he kind of looks over at you guys and points over at you. And you just see the 3 slowly turn. You can't see their faces. But they come walking / gliding across the floor. Over to you.
He stands behind Ula.
Yeah, Cramson will be in the front rank here.
Ula will like plant herself in front of Key and like cross her arms, you know, do the wide-legged stance. You're not gonna get around me without a fight type of stance.
Subtly rest a hand on like the sword hilt and all that. Something
Axe.
we can. No, I meant for me, but for you, the
Oh.
axe.
Okay.
Anything we can help you with?
So as the barkeep sees that, he's like, please don't kill anybody. I don't want any trouble in here. Everybody, just settle down. But the one that's in the lead kind of looks. I hear you're looking for someone.
And
I might know where he is.
and
It's going to cost.
That's okay. We got plans to go to the cave. We don't need to find anyone else today. These guys are really enthused about it. Joel's gonna bluff.
you know, as knowledgeable as I'm sure you all are, I can't help but find myself a bit skeptical of your claims. I not interested, no.
As you wish. You see him start to turn, walk, and glide towards the door. The portents were wrong. They don't even touch the door, but the door opens, and they just kind of slide out, and the door slams.
Ula just looks at Cramson.
I have no idea who they are.
No, what did they say? The what is wrong?
The portents were wrong.
They freaked me out.
Can I do like a knowledge lore, or knowledge forbidden, or arcana check or something to see if I recognize their outfits, dress, behavior?
Can always give it a shot.
Is there one of those in particular that would be most apropos?
We'll go a hard forbidden.
I can try to give you a boost on that, because Cramson's certainly curious to remember who the fuck are these people.
So, judging from the style of the robes, and even kind of the way that they were speaking, the fact that they were gliding more than actually walking screams something serpent like. In your mind, what kind of a name kind of pops up? You've read about it before in one of the books of the Academy, that there are many pockets of cults to Kashatu.
Spelling, please.
Kshatu. Don't mind Mac just walking across the camera.
He just wanted to say hi.
Is there anything I know about this cult, or
So
I guess I don't know.
Kashatu is the cult follows again Kashatu, who is a name for one of the ancient serpent kings. He rose to power and essentially took on a godlike status to where people were worshiping him, sacrificing people to him, all to gain favor, to become one of his chosen children. It was believed that he had started everything and got to where he was because he claimed he could see the future and adapt to it. So like whenever there was an attack on his territory, he would see it beforehand, know how to defeat the enemy. Anytime that they went in to invade territory, he would see the battle before it would happen and know exactly how to set up their defenses as well as which areas to assault.
Okay, I pass this on to the group. Possibly a little too late since this ties in with what somebody in the group is looking for, this type of thing.
Well, skilled or not in that area, do we know anything about the history of the cult? Has it been particularly disruptive? Do they have any kind of political agenda? Have they been hunted by some of the kingdoms?
Well, through your research, you would have known that anytime one of these cults crops up, they, once they're located, are quickly destroyed. What they like to try to do is go through and infiltrate different kingdoms, take on roles of advisors and slowly poison the minds of the ruling body so that they can step in and try to take over. That's also how they've managed to stay hidden and always seem to come back.
Well, we'll have to put a pin in that one then. I'm not sure insulting a cult is perhaps the smartest choice, but it's like I said. No one wanders into your into your quarters and offers you a mysterious deal without having some horrible price to pay. There are other ways to pursue my research. And who knows, we may see them again.
I certainly hope not. Their voices made my skin crawl. Literally, Joe, I got goosebumps when you were doing that. That was freaky as all hell.
Yeah, like I understand paying for information, but they didn't really seem like they had the best interests, and who knows what they wanted for
Anyone
their
beating around the
information.
bush that much, offering you a deal, is trying to bullshit you in some way or form.
Well, it sounds like they left you at least some clue to go off of. Something was
Possibly.
wrong.
Well, they predicted I would act differently, if nothing else. But, come on. We didn't get up here to just mope around about creepy snake people. We're gonna go have fun in a cave today.
Yes, let's do it.
Alright, so you guys make your way off to the mountains. To the Sundered Peaks.
Yeah.
Takes you guys maybe hour and a half. Well, probably about 2 hours. You can see, you can see the mountains from Stowe Hill. Yeah, and there's signs put up. Helps kind of guide you through. There's like little signs going, oh, this cave is over here, this one's over here. And just, the closer you get, the more you're finding them. Yeah, going through, you see signs of different caves everywhere. You can see a lot of areas where the rock has been worn down pretty good from a lot of people coming through, checking them out. Some signs of digging, some of just people going up and like holding their hands against a rock as they go down into the cave system itself. After a little while, you guys find, or give me a, we'll say hard perception.
I actually put a rank into perception finally.
I can perceive.
Probably not, but it's better than I could before.
Ouch.
Well, shit.
What the fuck?
Right.
Nobody sees it, whatever it is.
Yep. So, yeah, you guys see just walking along, and you kind of go through a little bit of brush, just some scraggly little bushes that are growing, and you all begin to fall.
Oh no. Can I use my advantage to be sure that none of my gear breaks as I fall?
Yeah. So yeah, you guys begin to fall as the rock gives way underneath your feet. You fall for about 10 seconds and you hit a hard slanted surface and just start sliding down. It's almost like a nice grooved path. And you just start sliding even deeper into the mountain. After a moment, you guys come to a kind of a painful halt. Is it just gonna tumble out onto some larger rocks? So everybody will take 3 strain.
Are we in the mountain?
You are in the mountain.
Oh, everyone all right after that?
Is it like, is there any light in the cave?
It is pitch black.
Daniel reaches around and lights his lantern.
I'm okay, but oh my god, what just happened?
Ula just
Spelunking.
takes a minute, like, ugh. And then she, like, gets up and kind of, like, tries to stretch out her muscles and whatever, try to check her bruises and whatever.
As she stretches, you hear some cracks. Yeah, there's gonna be some areas that are gonna be nice and I'd say black and blue, but I guess it'd be different color on an orc.
Yellow and orange.
And Ryan said Jules impaled on their own dagger, dead. What's up, Ryan?
Yo.
That's a dark end to their story.
It's the better end than he was giving me last session.
So yeah. So you fire up your lantern, kind of look around, and you can see it only seems to go out about, say, 25 feet. And it's still just black beyond that. Kind of look around. You can see this essentially is like a slide from just years of moisture coming down has carved away into the stone here. At the very end, it just kind of drips down into a crack and just keeps going down. Yeah, you're just in a huge cavern. Yeah, every now and then you just hear that little drop of water. Bloop, bloop.
Well, I don't think we'll be able to make it back up the way we came in. Suppose we're going to
Ula's
have
gonna
to
kind
explore.
of Ula's gonna just kind of look at where we came down before deciding that he's probably right. Let's see if we can find some tunnels out of here.
Agreed. Worst case scenario, we can always come back here and try plan B.
Agreed.
I'm wondering, would so like with utility magic, would we be able to create some more light?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, I guess we don't need a lantern that badly when we have light magic. Oh well.
Key's good.
It's fine.
He has it for the aesthetic, you know?
Would I have to roll my discipline for just light?
No,
Alright.
so utility magic is just that. Such as the light, like a light spell. I guess for D&D, like mage hand type, little minor stuff like that. So yeah, it's basically something that's not going to cause damage. That is just something that a magic user should be able to do.
Key's going to create some more light to see if we can't assess the area a little better and see if there's a path or maybe a way out.
Okay. Where is she generating the light? Like, is it going to be on her staff? Is she throwing, casting on a rock and chucking the rock?
I'm thinking that she'll do it from her staff.
Okay. So this will goes out to about maybe 30 feet. Um, yeah, you know, the way behind you obviously is that slide. You're from where you're at, you could see on the ground, almost like a worn path, but it's not from foot traffic.
From like water or
Some water, possible animal life.
well, she'll take a couple tentative steps forward to see what's beyond the keep trying to look around.
Just go ahead about 30, 40 feet. It just keeps going. You see, if you keep walking, you start to see where it starts to narrow, almost into another tunnel. It's a little smaller than would be able to be comfortably standing and walking through. So you have to kind of hunch a little bit, but there is a tunnel that will open up again.
Is it looking like that tunnel goes up or it goes down?
It kind of cuts to the right, but there is a small increase in how steep it, or the angle of it, to where it starts to kind of go up.
Jules going to ask our goblin friend, as someone who's probably has experience with caves, if what's his instinct for getting out of here.
Right now, he's just kind of like looking around. Garn don't know. Garn not be here. Garn
Garn
don't
grew up in
know
a
these.
fucking forest, Jewel. Don't be racist.
Wait, you were all the xenophobes who didn't want anything to do with serpent people just because they happen to be snake people.
No, I
I
didn't
didn't
want
know
anything
anything
to
about
do
them
with
being
them
snake
because they're
people.
creepy.
It was the cloaks and the whole little costume shit.
And that's just their normal culture. And you guys xenophobically judged what that would mean in your culture, and you didn't like them just based on that.
I think you are stretching. I'm guessing rhetoric and debate was not one of your courses in university.
How much? I'm the one who knows about these lizard snake people, and I know what their culture is.
Evidently not goblins, though.
Goblins come in all types and sizes. Many live in caves.
You guys could keep squabbling, or maybe you could help by creating more light for this situation.
Jules gonna conjure a firefly.
Okay.
Eh?
Just
It's a fun way to do a
singular
light
one.
spell.
And have it fly around so that way it can explore some caves.
It's a very bright firefly. It's like I don't know, a cartoon firefly.
No. It's no brighter than a normal firefly, but it can fly and it can search by like I can tell it to search caves and look for ways out. So that way it's not limited to what our line of sight is.
Alright. Conjure. I think it'd just be easy.
I'll actually conjure 2 because then I get like an additional summons for a +1 difficulty.
Okay, so go up to an average.
And the site is thinking maybe I need to reload it.
It's possible. Yeah, I don't see anything kicking up.
It was like that for me earlier.
There it goes. 4 successes.
Nice.
Alright, yeah, you've got your fireflies.
Okay, I'm gonna instruct them to fly and look for other side passages and ways out of here, and report back to me.
Okay. So that they just fly off. You see this little blinking light every now and then, just kind of get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and then nothing.
Shall we take that path leading slightly up and to the right then, while we wait for their report?
That sounds fine.
Jewel will follow.
Okay.
It's not like he has a choice.
She.
Well, I mean, she does have a choice, but she's not leaving you guys.
Alright, so you guys head up. The tunnel, as I said, as you start to go through, it starts to kind of angle up to the right, and it starts to come into an incline. It almost seems to like corkscrew in itself. And the higher you get up in it, the more you're starting to notice smoothness to the walls. But it's not like dwarvish mining or construction. It's something else. It may be natural. You think water, something, but it just starts to get really smooth. Basically the path that you're taking, it's not like what you just came down, where that was like nice and smooth and slick from moisture. It's not exactly stairs, but there's enough traction that you don't seem to have any problems continuing upwards. After about 100 feet or so, you come up and it branches off in two separate directions. Goes farther to the right, farther to the left.
And both are inclining up still.
Yes.
Well, so long as we keep our sense of direction in this place, I see no need not to try one. Shall we choose the right path?
Any path is as good as the other, but Jewel's gonna mark that we've been here somewhere where these paths split with a rock on the wall.
I think that our best bet is whichever way we choose, we should continue choosing that same way. That way, if we want to make our way back, it'll be easier because we know that we took all right passages or all left passages.
I can agree to that.
Lead the way.
Okay. So you go to the right. So the right
Sure.
passage, as you go down, you can hear the sound of dripping water. Continues on for about 45 feet. Branches left. Starts to go up into another spiral. Flattens out. Comes into a chamber. Who's in front? Or who's got the light? Okay, you got light.
It's me and Key.
Alright, both of you give me, we'll say hard perceptions, but you'll get a boost. Because you're the ones casting the light. Alright. Key, go ahead and take 2 strain, as this is starting to kind of freak you out. What you do notice is the light that has been radiating has shrunk. It's where it should be out about 30 feet. It's back to about 20. The more you start to move around in this chamber, you're noticing the light is getting smaller. Almost as if the darkness itself is pushing against it.
He's gonna take some steps back to where we came and see if that changes things.
At first it seems to, but then it's almost like an assault on the light. Whereas you step back, it starts to kind of grow again. But then all of a sudden, in this one, everybody will notice your light just out.
I would like to cast a dispel on the darkness. Is that a viable thing?
Huh? And you're casting Dispel. So it should be... I think Dispel is just an area?
Let me take a look. It just says to consult a different page number. I will start prepping that roll while we keep looking for the book.
Yeah, it doesn't really say if it's an area or a thing, so I think it could be.
It's a one target within short range that is under the effects of a spell.
So I guess I could theoretically target upon, like, our light sources.
Yeah.
And with the aid of my loot, I can do 2 targets with no additional difficulty. So I can do both my lantern and Key's staff to see if that'll break the effect on the lights.
Alright, so I need a hard check.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
So as you begin to play, the acoustics in here are amazing. Like, just the echoing you're getting back on it just seems to play into it even more. Within moments, the darkness that had basically enveloped Key almost seems to screech and pull back. And when it does, you can see about 4 forms in a burst of light that from when your dispel brings it back, that just seems to mold back into the darkness. I need everybody to roll initiative.
This
Ooh,
has got a
boy.
really big silence in the library feel.
Which
Vigilance?
one are we using?
Vigilance.
Vigilance?
Yep.
Oh, right. We have to do this one in. Do we have to do this one in Discord to do it properly?
No, you can do it on RPG sessions.
Okay.
Just don't add a difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I wasn't sure if it would mess things up or not.
What did you want to do with your triumph?
Oh shit, that's a good point. Um. Well, I don't know how applicable this is because I don't know what sort of things we're facing right now. But my particular spell was called the Song of Unmaking, and it's a song all about things unraveling and falling apart. Can my dispel have gone even a little bit beyond that magical effect and maybe like temporarily at least weakened their magic overall as I break whatever enchantment is around here? Like, could they suffer setbacks for the fight because of that or something like that?
Yeah. All right. So, and damn it, didn't grab that other one. All right, so we have a PC slot.
Before we pick, what do we see, if anything? Like, did we catch a glimpse of those things?
What you had seen was one form that was kind of hovering above three others. Do you see that the three were humanoid? That's about all you got before they basically just got absorbed in the darkness again.
I might take the first slot to buff us since I've got the loot out already.
Sure, that's fine with me.
So I'm gonna cast an augment as I start playing a tune to strengthen our hearts against dark and trying times. Damn it. Well, I guess the magic does not take hold.
Yeah, something just doesn't do it.
They're throwing off your acoustics now, man.
Yeah, you stepped like in the wrong spot of the cave, so now you get like reverb off the walls or something.
I like to imagine that we're just all so spooked by what we saw for that split second that no amount of song is going to cheer us up now. We're freaked out a bit.
Just a little.
Alright, so now we have NPC slot. So let me see here. What do we got? Alright, so you guys see almost a shadowy skeletal hand appear out of the shadows and reach for Cranston.
And of course, I don't have my sword out, so no setback from that, but I guess whatever setback from my triumph.
Yeah. Alright. So, it's gonna take another setback. You'll take 6 damage, and I need you to make a hard resilience check.
Before that damage applies, I have one question.
Yeah.
Would you argue that a lute counts as a melee weapon or not?
It'd be an improvised if you wanted to swing around and smash something with it.
Mostly because my parry skill specifies I need to have a melee weapon in my hand, but it doesn't say whether or not it has to be improvised. I don't know if parrying with a lute is taking things too far or not, so I wanted to run it by you.
You should be skilled with the lute. I mean, like you've used it for a long time in your life.
But has he used it as a parrying weapon?
Yeah, as a melee weapon.
I mean, I've taken a number of swashbuckly talents.
Yeah, I'll say sure. So why not?
All right, in that case, I will activate that as well.
Okay, so what does that do again? Barry take strain and ignore 3 damage?
Yep, I ignore 3 damage, and I already had a soak of 3, so I can potentially reduce the damage to 0 by taking that strain. Would I still need to make the resilience check if that's the case?
No, because with this you have to actually take damage.
Cool. So Cramson sees the thing coming and just sort of baps it away with the loot.
Well, if he gets a really bad roll, then yes, I would say his loot would be destroyed, or at least damaged.
Don't worry, I won't try to pull that shit again. Partially because I'm almost out of strain. I've cast several spells in quick succession.
That's true. All right. Let's see how that's them. PC.
Are they still in the dark? Was it just the hand that came out?
Yes. You saw where it came from.
I'd like to fling a lightning bolt at that area.
Okay.
So there's no chance for negotiating. You guys don't want to talk to the hand.
All right.
With her charisma, she should be able to talk her way out of most fights.
Something tells me if they wanted to talk, we weren't going to be rolling initiative.
We can
Alright.
talk when we're outside of Silent Hill.
Everyone has a different nightmare in Silent Hill. I am theirs. Alright, so you make your attack, you're gonna have 2 setback. Because you're essentially firing blind.
It's just lore, right?
No, it would be your primal. Lore is any other added effects, such as like a burn.
That's right. That's right. And then what is my difficulty?
Generally starts off as easy. Are you adding anything to it? Well, you're doing an attack, but you're adding lightning to it, so that'll bring it up to average.
Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, so it'd be average with 2... Oh, let me double check this. Uh, 4 setback. 2 for darkness, 2 for defense.
And how
Oof.
much strain does that cost me?
2. Anytime you roll for to use magic, you take 2 strain. Alright, so what is the damage on your...
I don't use magic this way. I don't know. Hold on.
So it's like your intelligence or whatever that skill is they're using to attack.
So is it primal?
Sort of. So what characteristic is attached to primal?
Cunning.
Cunning.
Okay, so that's your base. I believe it's plus your ranks in the skill. Is that correct, John?
Ooh, if so, I didn't know that part.
Can't remember.
Let's look it up quick.
'Cause I know it starts off, the base damage is your characteristic. And then, obviously, uncancelled successes.
Yeah, I don't see anything in there about.
Yeah, the attack deals damage equal to the characteristic link to make the new attack, plus 1 per uncancelled success.
So what's your cunning?
3.
So it'd be 5 damage.
And then what was the effect imposed by the lightning?
Oh, well, that would be like
Oh, gains the stun quality equal to characters' ranks and knowledge. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And okay, never mind. I hadn't looked at it before, so I didn't realize there was a specific thing for lightning.
that's okay. I didn't either. Like I said, I've never used my magic this way.
So off in the shadows, you hear just a as you see the lightning light up around this almost incorporeal form and just wrap around it before it fizzles out.
All right. Well,
Alright. Yeah. Do you want to do anything else? Maneuver? Nothing?
Nah, that's it.
Okay, PC.
Go for it, Key.
Uh,
Oh no.
I think she is going to. I don't, she doesn't know what she wants to do yet. I don't know. Would it be an attack roll if I made a big, because they seem to not like light, right? Just made a big ball of light to illuminate the room? Or would that be something else?
No, that would just be like because if you're just making light, that would just be using a utility.
Right. Well, my intent is because I'm just trying to illuminate them to make them, one, easier for our group to find and kill, and two, maybe weaken them.
The light itself wouldn't weaken them.
No.
It'd be
Okay.
kind of like just like a, turning a light on. Now, if it was like making a small sun, then
Which I can't conjure though, so
right.
I think that's still a good action, though. Like, just being able to see them will help us enormously.
yeah, I think that's what Key's gonna do. Mainly because I don't know, did you take a lot of damage?
I didn't take any damage, but I'm nearly out of strain, so I can't keep using my super powerful parry move,
So would it
and I can't cast.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna just try to illuminate the room, try to make it easier to see these things. And when I say illuminate the room, I mean I want a big gold ball of light.
All right. So yeah, as Key starts focusing everything, you see kind of up above your guys' head by about, say, 10 feet, just this small little light that just gets lighter and bigger and brighter, bigger, brighter, bigger, brighter, where it's almost blinding, and you can see four figures of just these ghostly apparition specter looking creatures just kind of floating there, just and start rushing back in. And it's gonna be the next group. Alright. Now they are going to... let's do... Oh yeah. Hey. I need everybody to make a discipline check. A hard discipline check. Because once you guys finally saw these things,
Not
Alright.
a
Wow.
single success.
Yikes!
We suck.
Okay.
This shit's scary.
We are not a disciplined group.
You know, we're not having a great time right now.
You know, exploring caves and going spelunking was supposed to be fun.
Like, I suggested this knowing shenanigans would happen, but this was not what I had in mind.
These shenanigans were not what I wanted.
We should have gone left.
Alright, I gotta check this really quick.
Doesn't left usually lead to death and destruction, though? I
Apparently,
thought
so
right
does
was
right.
candy and rainbows. I
Look.
could have that mixed up.
I got lost driving home late one night back in college. Didn't know the way back. My friend and I were just like, we'll just go right. We don't know, we'll just go right. And that worked for us. And we swore that that would be what we'd do from then on for the rest of our lives. When in doubt, go right. It hasn't failed me until this day.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to I meant for this to help us, not hurt us. My
Well,
intentions were pure.
we all wanted it. We walked into Joe's trap.
I feel like that could be the tagline of all of our games. We walked into Joe's trap.
To be fair, we always do.
But they're such
Because all he has to do is move the trap so that it's in our way.
Pretty much.
This can't be worse than the tar skeletons back in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Not quite. So for the next 3 rounds, everybody will get a setback on any action.
Well, now it's just fair. Everybody's got setbacks all around.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that could be a lot worse with how many failures I see.
Alright, seeing how they saw Key summon that giant ball of light, they're gonna go after her.
Yeah, I figured.
Do you have any defense from clothing?
No. I'm still wearing pretty much my acolyte garb. I have 1 range defense,
No, this would be melee.
0 melee defense.
Okay. Ooh, they miss. Due to the bright light of the miniature sun that you essentially summon into the room, they have a hard time figuring out exactly where you're at. It's almost like an after image as you try to weave around their spectral grasp. You're able to just kind of duck around, and all these sees a little after image of you moving to that's what they keep striking at. And go to PC slot.
Take it away, Jewel.
All right. At least one of these considered a minion?
4 of these are considered minion.
Are they all minions?
Indeed.
Oh.
They're just rough minions.
Okay, Jules gonna use a story point to activate her heroic ability. And she just upgraded so it only costs 1, but it's her ability to instantly defeat 1 minion group. She just does it by looking at them and saying, "You want no piece of me."
Alright.
And they're terrified.
Alright. So as you look up, you point at them, yell out. You see 2 of them just start to shrink back and then just fade. Alright, anything else?
No maneuver.
Alright, top of the round, go to a PC. There are two
I
left.
I will take that slot
Go for
and
it.
put away my loot and draw my sword. Am I close enough that I can attack them without spending a maneuver?
Yes, because the one that's remaining is the one that went after Keela.
Okay. Can I use a maneuver to aim my sword stroke then?
Yeah.
All right. So Danson's Daniel is going to try to steady that sword hand and just chop right through it.
Alright, so they have... So it'll be average difficulty with 3 setback.
Is that counting the one from the fear effect?
Yes. Yep, 2 from their defense, 1 from their fear.
I am actually going to flip a pip as well.
Excellent. No, you added a pip.
Damn it.
Here. Hold on.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
There we go. So the one that John flipped and the one you flipped just leaves me 3. Excellent.
So that is 6 damage.
Hoi.
Will I take any strain from that threat, or will they do a different effect on me?
How much threat you got? 2? Ooh. They'll get a nice boost against you.
Fair enough.
So one of them screeches out and almost looks like it's just dissolved. It just slowly like melts to the ground. The other one takes a nasty hit from it. It's still up, still kind of flying, but it's you know, a little bit of corporeal form is there, is shimmering, like fading in and out. And actually, it's their turn, or its turn. You see it fly towards the wall and just right through it.
Does that end combat?
That would end. So as you guys are standing there, breathing kind of heavy.
Well, that's fucking alarming.
Only slightly.
What the heck was that?
With the light that I have, I'm still keeping that light on. Is there any other exit beyond the door we came in?
Yes. So if you keep going straight ahead, there's another door there. There is a... It kind of looks like a large crack, not necessarily a door, but off to the left. Once you get like towards the center of the chamber, if you look to your left, you'll see like a big crack. It's dark beyond that. I mean, you can see about 10 feet into it from the light, Unless you step in front of it, then you'll block that. But it's wide enough that somebody could probably slide in.
And what direction did this spectral thing leave?
It went to the right. Just right through the rock.
Any chance my fireflies are back at this point?
Yeah, they should be catching up.
Or at least one of them that can go scout this little crack, see if it goes anywhere.
Yeah. Sorry, got the hiccups all of a sudden. Okay.
If I look for a way out, see if it's safe for us. I don't want us going forward and only getting stuck somewhere
Right.
in a crevice.
Cramson will take a moment to sit down because he is on the verge of collapse,
Oh,
just breathing heavily.
Everybody can roll cool. No difficulty, just roll cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Alright. So Key gets back 1 strain. I think it's every success is 1 strain.
Oh, it's thinking about it for me.
Yep, me too.
Thinking.
It's just adding suspense.
Hey, now that's a good roll.
Damn. I was to say, Ula got nothing. Cramson got 5. Jewel got 4. So yeah, Firefly goes down. And after about 5 minutes, returns. And I'm trying to think. Because I know you can give it commands, but I don't know if you can communicate with it.
Actually, here's an idea. As a bard, could one of my utility spells be something like talk with animals, or maybe Ula could have something like that with primal magic?
Typically, in any type of situation like that, though, the animal has to
Oh yeah, because
have
of
somewhat decent intelligence.
Yeah.
Firefly. Ooh.
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, maybe it's super smart. I don't know.
What we'll do is it can't like communicate with you as in talking, but what it can do is it starts to kind of like fly in a pattern that it'll go like big, like so get about like that far out, then it'll go into like that, and it flies out to about that, and just keeps doing that, and then it just goes into like a big loop. Give me a would be a good roll for that.
A Morse code check.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Come, Jewel, show us that education at work.
Give me a nature check. We'll say hard, just because you're not really sure. Hard, but you'll get a boost because you summoned it. So you've got that little bit of connection to it.
Why don't I see nature?
Yeah, which skill is nature?
Isn't there a nature? I thought there was. Maybe it's just under survival. I thought there was a nature though. Oh, guess there's not. Unless
The
it's a
chance for me
knowledge.
to lobby for a good skill. How about knowledge adventuring?
We'll go with survival.
I mean, you are the one that chose fireflies.
It's
Like-
true. You've only yourself to blame.
They are insects.
You said hard, correct?
Yeah, but you'll get a boost because you did summon it. So you've got at least that little connection to it.
Also, while he's rolling, is Garnt okay? Did the ghosts get him?
As you look around, you can't really see him.
Did we lose him?
Wait, hold on. Wasn't he right with us when we started the corkscrew? Back down when you first summoned the fireflies, Garnt was there, right?
Yes.
We
he
all
was
heard him.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Which way did he fucking go?
Give me average perceptions with a boost.
I even
Jesus
put
Christ.
rank into perception.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. A failure or failure triumph.
Alright, so... well, look, what do you want to do with your advantage? And then, hell, Cramson. Even Keela. Oh, let's see. Keela's one.
I might just heal all my strain,
Yeah,
honestly.
a lot of strain you can get back.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I want my spells and parries back.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this failure advantage triumph play out.
Somehow it's very calming that I can't figure out where the fuck Garnt went.
Right?
You're soothed by the thought of his wonderful meals he cooks, and that like fills you up with energy.
I just spend so long sitting here that I catch my breath.
So as you guys are kind of standing around, kind of where the crack is, at the same time trying to understand what a firefly is trying to tell you as it's bobbing and weaving and possibly drunk. You don't hear anything, but you start to notice there is some smaller footprints that led to the crack.
By the gods, did he just run in there?
So it's really quiet. Other than, you guys softly talking, looking around. Light's still shining. You think you hear something. So you guys kind of lean a little bit closer. Goblin head pops out of the crack. Just, hey guys! Room! Guard found your room!
Lead the way, then. This Daniel is just very clearly clutching his chest.
Oh,
breathing
I'm sure Key jumped about a freaking foot off the ground.
Yeah. Ula too. I mean, that skeletal thing kind of really freaked her out.
So as you guys
See, Key, this is the aesthetic I'm going for.
So as you guys crawl through, at some parts, I mean, you are crawling. Well, maybe not Cramson so much. He just kind of ducks a little bit more. You have to squeeze through some areas as the wall of the crack gets really tight, or it's... Ula almost gets stuck a few times, just because she's bigger. That it's starts kind of catching her gear. But sure enough, you come into a chamber that has been carved out. And as you look around with the light, it's about 20 feet by 20 feet. In the center is a stone sarcophagus. It's partially cracked open on the top. Look around, you can see against the far wall. It's more towards like a corner facing a doorway. It looks like a stone throne with one skeletal figure, a large skeletal figure sitting there, the sword tip on the ground, its hands resting on the hilt. Oh no, Hoobaloo's.
Lost Amy.
Oh, we were all frozen. We were frozen.
I could only hear what he was saying because he's right there.
But as you look around, you see the skeletal figure, hands on the sword. You hear but it's not coming from in the room. It feels like it's coming from everywhere. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Hoo boy.
I just threw my pen. What a freaking cliffhanger.
Aren't we glad we got away from the spiders?
This is like, are we
Yes,
in like the
actually.
Joe's
Yeah, I mean,
House of
okay.
Horrors or something?
I mean, if we are, I am all here for it.
It is
Joe
fitting
just
for
secretly
October.
trying to tell us I would like to play Monster of the Week, please.
Well, I mean, come on, it's October. I mean, gotta do something.
Yeah. I am more than happy to just keep facing spook after spook. This has been very good.
I like that it's not been the typical stuff that you normally run up against in a campaign.
Now I almost took a talent that would have been good against undead, but I was like, oh, come on. When are we going to fight undead? How about next
I went
week?
to, and it's like, oh, maybe, but meh.
Well, I mean, undead are always good. They're a classic monster.
Just wow. I can't tell you how many times you made my skin crawl today. Like, no thank you.
The bit when Garnt popped out, despite the obvious setup there, I was legitimately like holding my breath a little bit, waiting for like what the fuck is gonna pop out of here as we lean close to the crack.
Good thing no one had rolled a despair there. Garnt might have gotten like an axe in the head or something as he pops out.
Oh my god.
It would just be his head
Oh,
on a
shit.
pike.
I just love how epically bad we all did in perceiving anything tonight.
I like that this started because we're like, oh yeah, let's go splunking. We all just fall into a cave, and now we're trapped down here with undead nightmares.
Yeah.
At least I have a dress to look forward to.
Yeah, at least we had to be here for 2 days anyway, so if it takes us 2 days to escape the mountains, that's fine.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan.
We brought like a picnic
Jules
lunch.
making a
That'll
live
last us a little while.
What was that, John?
Jewel can wear the dress at the funeral.
Wow.
Well, according to Ryan, I mean, you already fell and impaled yourself in your own dagger.
But
Yeah,
also,
you
your
died
heroic
this time.
ability, get out of here, ghosts, and they died.
Interesting thing
Yeah,
is,
badass.
I don't have a dagger. I only have a sling. So it'd be really hard to impale yourself on a sling. I could
You
probably
gotta,
wrap my neck maybe.
you gotta really want it.
You slung a very sharp rock that ricocheted back into yourself.
Pull
The
a wicket.
sling functioned as a bungee cord, and you just bounce down into a stalagmite.
Repeatedly. Just thunk, 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 thunk.
How many times did you say he fell? 20 times.
20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. Absolutely.
and beat himself
A lot of
to
fun.
death.
All right, so yeah, that'll be it for tonight. If all goes well, should be back next Monday.
That's it for tonight. John leaves immediately.
He didn't want to
Screw you
sleep tonight
guys, I'm
anyways.
out.
All right, guys. Hope you had fun. Hopefully, if anybody's still watching, thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.